Welcome to my channel, Montenegrin language course. As you know, this is 4-in-1. You learn 4 languages at the same time because it is the same language: Montenegrin, Serbian, Croatian, and Bosnian. And before we start the lesson, I want you to call you to apply for a free trial class and see if my course is for you. You will have fun in 1 hour with the group that applied for a free trial class, and you will communicate with some of the basic words. This is course for the beginners, and it's good because it's much cheaper than individual classes. It's 40% off now, and all you need is to leave your email and to leave your number. And the easiest way for this is to leave it to my WhatsApp number or Viber on +382 67578 313. I will repeat it: +382 67578 313. So see you on a trial class, and now listen to an interesting lesson about Podgorica, the capital of Montenegro. Today we are going to talk about Podgorica, to learn some words and also some locations and important things you can see in Podgorica. Actually, this is just a part within the language, but I will try next lesson also to approach a little bit Podgorica to you through learning the directions. So let's see what is Podgorica. The capital of Montenegro. How do we say it? Glavni grad Crne Gore. Glavni grad, this is the capital. Glavni means the main. Grad is town. Crne Gore. Crna Gora sounds in nominative case, but this genitive here, Crne Gore, it just marks that the town belongs to Montenegro. So that's why it sounds like Glavni grad Crne Gore. So let's now say Podgorica is the capital of Montenegro. The whole sentence. Pause and translate. Podgorica je glavni grad Crne Gore. Podgorica je glavni grad Crne Gore. We are still waiting for the census, and I'm not sure if this is the number. We will know it, I hope so, until the end of this year. But for now, let's say it has more than 200,000 people. And let's see how we will say this. We didn't learn the numbers, so I will tell you the number. The number 200,000 is 200.000. But let's go part by part how to say it has then more than 200,000 people. To say it has is ima. This is from imati, how the infinitive sounds of this verb. Also, with this ima, nema, you can say there is not. And it is written like this: ima, ima. To say more than, more is više, than is od, so it sounds like više od, more, više, than, od, više od. So ima više od, it has more than. To say people is ljudi. People, ljudi. Although we have a word for inhabitants, but now it's too hard for you, so let's stick to this: people, ljudi. So let's say now the whole sentence. It has more than 200,000 people. Ima više od 200.000 ljudi. It has, ima, više od, more than, 200.000 ljudi. Ima više od 200.000 ljudi. Let's talk about the main towns in Montenegro if we don't mention two towns. So one is a business center, and this is Podgorica, and the other is a historical center. Now let's see, before I tell you which town this is, if you already don't know that, how to say history. History is historia. To say historical center is istorijski center. This ski is actually the way we are making the possessive adjectives. So from historia, you have istorijski, and then it's istorijski centar. Now, let's say the historical center of Montenegro, and this phrase is very similar to that capital of Montenegro. So you're using the same case. Pause and translate. Try. So it sounds like istorijski centar Crne Gore. Before we had glavni grad Crne Gore, and here is istorijski centar Crne Gore. And you see that Crna Gora, how it sounds in nominative, here has the same shape because it marks that this historical center or the town belongs to it. And then it's Crne Gore. Istorijski centar Crne Gore. Here is what I was talking about. The historical center of Montenegro is Cetinje. Pause and translate. Istorijski centar Crne Gore je Cetinje. So we have again here, like we had before, glavni grad Crne Gore. So Crne Gore is in genitive case to say that this town belongs actually to Montenegro. So that is why here also istorijski centar Crne Gore je Cetinje. If you are in Podgorica, this is definitely a place to visit because it takes only 20 to actually 30 minutes of drive. And it's a town near Podgorica. So to say a town, or you already know it's grad, near is blizu. So how will we say a town near Podgorica? That's right. Grad, blizu, Podgorice. Grad, town, blizu, close, Podgorice. Grad, blizu, Podgorice. Now let's say the whole sentence. The historical center of Montenegro is Cetinje, a town near Podgorica. So it is istorijski centar Crne Gore je Cetinje, grad blizu Podgorice. So the historical center of Montenegro is Cetinje, istorijski centar Crne Gore je Cetinje, town close to Podgorica, grad blizu Podgorice. Now let's see how to say close to town center. Close is blizu. We said already that the town center is centar grada. And this sounds like blizu centra grada. Blizu centra grada. This centra grada is also in genitive because it comes after this blizu. So if you forgot this, you can go back. But sometimes it's better to memorize some things as, so to say, group of words of syntagmas. So it's easier for you to kind of just formulate, not to think too much about the rules, but to know that this sounds like this. Blizu centra grada. How to say old town, a place near the center of the town, which has a special old name for old town. Its name is Stara Varoš. Stara Varoš. Varoš, it's an old name for a small town. Let us remind of locative case here. So how would we say in the old town? Great for ones who remember. U staroj varoši. U staroj varoši. If you forget, go back to locative case and listen to it again. Now, how would we say old buildings and houses? Old buildings and houses. Old is stara, so it depends with which it stands. So old is star, stara. For masculine it's star, for feminine it's stara. Then we have continuations for the plural. And here we have buildings and houses. Do you recall how to say buildings? Building is zgrada and the plural is zgrade. House is kuća and the plural is kuće. Like ona, she, or one, they for women. So old buildings and houses, how would it be? That's right, stare kuće i zgrade. If we would have singular here, it would sound like stara kuća i stara zgrada. But as we have plural, where feminine nouns end on e, then the endings are like this. So stare kuće i zgrade, old houses and buildings. Let's say here the whole phrase. In the old town are old buildings and houses. We're pausing to translate and to try. So the translation is U staroj varoši su stare kuće i zgrade. Let's repeat how to say close to the city center. Blizu centra grada. Now let's say a bit more complex sentence. Close to the city center are Budućnost Stadium and Gorica Park. Pause and translate. So the translation here is blizu centra grada je stadion Budućnost i park Gorica. Blizu centra grada, close to the city center or town center actually in this case, je stadion Budućnost i park Gorica. Now I want to show you one more site, so to say, in Podgorica, which is Church St. George. And it's next to the park Gorica, or actually below the hill of Gorica. So we'll just say it's like kod parka, like it's close to it, kod parka. And to say church is crkva, crkva. It's a bit difficult for pronunciation, but whenever you have problem, just go letter by letter. Crkva, crkva, church. So now let's try to say next to the park Gorica is Church St. George. Translated this as kod parka Gorica je i crkva Svetog Đorđa. Although next to means also pored, but it would be better to say like this, that at near park or at the very, actually this is at the very bottom of the hill Gorica, is the church St. George, but we will just say simply here kod parka Gorica je i crkva Svetog Đorđa. This I means also. We will mention some other interesting stuff here near Hill Gorica, and that is tennis. Tennis is the same in all the languages. So tennis is just tennis, but the tennis course, just like before we had historical center, remember, historijski center. Here we have also ending ski and saying teniski tereni. And this means tennis courts. Teniski tereni. So now we can try to say close our tennis courts. Close, we already said it, it's blizu. Close our tennis courts. Pause and translate. Blizu su I teniski tereni. Although I didn't put this I in English version, actually this means also. So this is the way you can use this I, which is usually used just to connect like I and you, ya I ti, or connecting two sentences, but it's also used like this in these sentences to kind of say also. Blizu su I teniski tereni, close are tennis courts too. And let's say how to say adventure. Adventure is avantura. avantura. And to say adventure park is avanturistički park. That's also in this hill, Gorica. Now we can make a sentence like in the park Gorica, or in the Gorica park, or an adventure park and a cafe. How will we say it? Pause and translate. U parku Gorica su avanturistički park i kafić. U parku Gorica su avanturistički park i kafić. In this park you should also visit a monument, and the name for the monument is spomenik, and the plural sounds like spomenici. Spomenik, spomenici. This is the monument for the fighters from the World War II. Say the whole sentence. In the Gorica Park are an adventure park and a cafe and a large monument. Large is veliki. U parku Gorica su avanturistički park, kafić i veliki spomenik. U parku Gorica su avanturistički park, kafić i veliki spomenik. We can't talk about some town without mentioning bridge and bridges. So bridge is most and bridges is mostovi. This is a masculine noun that has only one vowel, and we have a rule here. So because we can't pronounce like mosti, it sounds strange, and we add this ova for masculine nouns that has only one vowel, and the plural sounds like mostovi. Podgorica is also known by rivers. The word for river is rijeka, and for rivers, rijeke. Let's repeat how to say bridges, parks, and monuments. Mostovi, parkovi, spomenici. Mostovi i parkovi, it's the same rule. It's masculine nouns. They have only one vowel, so they have this ov before ending for plural e, and they sound like mostovi, parkovi i spomenici. And in this slide you can see how it is written. Mostovi, parkovi, spomenici. So let's repeat all these words now. Bridges, parks, monuments, and rivers are symbols of the cities. So bridges, mostovi, parks, parkovi, monuments, spomenici, rivers, rijeke. Symbols, we know that it's symboli. And the whole sentence sounds like mostovi, parkovi, spomenici i rijeke su simboli ovog grada. Mostovi, parkovi, spomenici i rijeke su simboli ovog grada. And here is one important thing to say, which is easy for you to translate. So after me reading this sentence, pause and translate. The city has 5 rivers: Morača, Cijevna, Sitnica, Zeta, and Mares. And the translation goes like, grad ima 5 rijeka, rijeka Morača, rijeka Civna, rijeka Sitnica, rijeka Zeta i rijeka Maresa. After this you for sure know how to say river, rijeka. So let's try to say people in Podgorica love cafes and restaurants. This is the very true of the people in Podgorica, because they are always, all day in cafes. Translation here is: ljudi u Podgorici vole kafiće i restorane. Ljudi, we said people, u Podgorici, in Podgorica, vole, like, kafiće i restorane. Ljudi u Podgorici vole kafiće i restorane. It's good because in the city center there are many cafes. So let's try to translate this sentence. In the city center there are many cafes. Pause and translate. U centru grada ima puno kafića. U centru grada, in the city center or in the town center, ima puno kafića. U centru grada ima puno kafića. Hear the whole text. People in Podgorica love cafes and restaurants. In the city center there are many cafes. Ljudi u Podgorici vole kafiće i restorane. U centru grada ima puno kafića. Hvala što me slušate i gledate. Thank you for watching and listening, and don't forget to apply on my number +382 67578 See you! So folks, come on and apply for a free trial class. You will not regret it. You will have 1 hour of fun class with group of language enthusiasts who want to try to learn the language and who start from zero just like you. So from zero to hero, try and taste it. The only thing you need to do is to apply to leave your number or your email on number +382 67578 What is the benefit of this free trial class? You will enter the 3-month course by the cheapest price so far, especially compared to the price for individual classes, which is 40% off now. As you know, this is not only Montenegrin language, it's the same language, differently called in different areas of the Balkan or ex-Yugoslavia. So you get 4 in 1, Montenegrin language, Serbian language, Bosnian and Croatian. And during the course you get the explanations about the differences. So apply now and see you in the free trial class. Looking forward to it.